gloomy. Sun's gone. Back to what UK is, doom and gloom. I've got back-to-back interviews with virtual assistants. Round 2 interviews now. I did 1 round of interviews and I kind of forgot what everyone was like. So I'm doing round 2 interviews now. And I'm going to take some more notes and just remind myself on what they are, who they are. And then I'm going to see my accountant in the UK to make sure all the companies here are shut down and dealt with, and loads of other outstanding bits and bobs to do. And then I'm going to an Apple Music event for the Ivors, and then there's a Benson Boone show at Kentish Town Forum. So today's pretty packed. I literally feel like I've just left Dubai and just jumped back into my old life here. I'm trying to think of it in stages, and I know stage 1 is going to be taking the menial tasks off my hands.
Yeah.
And stage 2 might be assisting on the businesses. And then stage 3 might be, this is how you could do things better. It's raining. And we're back to England. Honestly, get me out of here. The sunshine and happiness I was feeling the first few days of being here has gone. I've seen my family and that was lovely. I've got a busy week planned this week in terms of work. And then I'm ready to get out of here. Take me back. Take me back to the sunshine. Please! I actually think I'm going to hire 2 people. One of them seems better fitted to be like a growth person, to be honest. He's more data and systems and processes and structure. And I just feel like having that person handling systems and processes for the businesses, and also be like, hey, can you book my flights for me to go home? And can you order me these groceries? And can you make sure that, I don't know, my clothes are dry cleaned or whatever? It just seems like it's a bit weird to have one person doing both those things. So I think I'm going to hire 2 people. One to assist on the systems and growth of the businesses, and one to do more of like my personal executive assistant. We're closing down management, closing down labs, closing down. The ventures are staying open for now. Songhouse isn't even on your list, by the way, but that exists. Songhouse. Oh, but that's Phil's accounts. It's freezing and it's raining. And I forgot it takes an hour and 20 minutes for me to get to London when it's traffic time. I don't think I've done a drive that long in a long time. Like, I live in the middle of nowhere in Dubai and it takes me 20 minutes to get to the city. Maybe half an hour.
And the wording of some of these messages was very interesting.
And are committed to ensuring equitable reward for our work. And that is what an Ivors Academy honour recognises.
Alright, that was great. Apple Music event. Mainly for someone called Eleanor, who basically negotiated all the songwriting rights for iTunes and then Apple Music, which is quite sick actually. I got really excited and wanted to ask someone for a job, but I didn't. This is Phil. Back on the town, getting wet in London. Anyway, we're going to Kentish Town Forum now for Benson. Going to Kentish Town Forum now for Benson Boone. That was quite sick. It was an Apple Music event that... What's that on my camera? Is that some rain? Oh. And it was basically a tribute to a lady called Eleanor, who basically did... By the sounds of it, she was a lawyer and then joined Apple and basically led the negotiations from... Well, this is me assuming all of this from the speech they did thanking her. But it seems like she basically led the negotiations between music publishers and Apple Music and iTunes Store. Sorry, when iTunes launched. She used to be a lawyer that led the fight against Napster and Kazaa and LimeWire, and then joined Apple and helped them with everything they were doing with iTunes Store. And I guess, yeah, when iTunes came around, it was one of the first legal ways of downloading music. So a pretty important job. I was getting really excited because she said that Eddie Q was supposed to come and he didn't. If Eddie Q was there, I would have lost my shit. And then I was close to going up to someone from Apple and being like, can I get a job? Because it is my dream to work at Apple. But I didn't. It is nice to be in London, I have to say. I feel like I'm in a film, which is weird, because I live here. Well, I don't actually, but, you know, I'm from here. There's a guy running in his shirt, the umbrellas are out. It feels like it's November right now, and it's May. You know what, I'm really enjoying driving the Tesla and just having that instant power available to me whenever I want it. I should have seen the Kettle Kids today, because I'm in Mayfair. Instead, I'm going there tomorrow morning. I didn't stay to the end of the show because I was really hot and I haven't eaten anything all day. I just remembered. This is what my life used to be like. I just forget to have lunch, I forget to have dinner. Like, it's been good to be out and about. I can't remember the last time I went to a gig. Actually, I went to Ed Sheeran in Dubai, but I haven't been to a show in a long time. And it's nice to bump into friends and colleagues and people I haven't seen in ages and just, I guess, show face. I'm still here. But yeah, Benson Boone is sick, man. Really sick. I feel like there is a resurgence happening of artists that are managing to break through, and it's the artists that know how to create content and upload content consistently and are just militant with it. And I think what's sick about him is he's been doing the content thing for a long time, and some stuff's worked, some stuff hasn't worked. There was probably a year where people were like, is this guy gonna break? Is it gonna work? And he just kept at it. He kept going and kept uploading and kept doing videos and kept coming up with new concepts and new ideas. And yeah, another thing he did really well, I think, was he managed to make a video work. There's a video of him running into a mirror and jumping, and he just kept doing the same thing. And I think when you're creating content, you don't necessarily have to keep coming up with new ideas. If you've got something that works and it's showing some form of virality and engagement, just keep making the same video. Keep making the same video in different ways and putting it up there. I think the days where someone's going on your feed and being like, is this aesthetic? Are done, or oh, I've seen this one before, stop doing the same video. Like, that's what he's known for, and it became his thing and he kept doing it. And you know, he's got his own little transitions that he's doing with his videos, and it's working, and it feels authentic and it feels real, and it doesn't feel like it's forced and it's cheesy. He's clearly doing it to promote his music, but it feels cool, and he's cool. And yeah, live he's amazing. And it's interesting seeing the crowds though, because at first I felt like everyone was just waiting for 30 seconds of the song that they knew. But then as he got on, people knew the words. People knew the words, the verses and the choruses to like a lot of his songs on the album. And you know, he's building fans. And I think it's really hard to transition from a TikTok artist into a real artist that has fans and audiences that care about what you're doing. And I think he's doing it. So yeah, it's nice to get out there and see what's going on and see an artist that's breaking through and having success. And I think just proving that if you want it, you have to be relentless and upload daily, consistently, sometimes for 2-3 years. And when it connects, it will connect. Most people just upload content, you know, for a week, and they're like, oh, it's not working, for a month or 3 months. Actually, I think if you do 90 days consistent uploads every day, you'll see some results. I can guarantee it. And we can either sit here and complain about how musicians and artists shouldn't have to create content, it shouldn't have to be on TikTok and Instagram, and you know, shouldn't have to sell out or blah blah blah, but that's just the way the world is going. That is what it is now. Either you do it or you die. And obviously it's easier for kids that are younger to do it because they grew up with it and they're in it, but that is what it is. That's where the attention is, so that's what you got to do and that's where you got to be. The kids are on TikTok, the kids are on Instagram, everyone's on Instagram. So that's where you need to post your shit if you want people to find you. Simple as that. There's no point being sat in your bedroom, creating art or making music and being like, why is no one finding me? Like, why does no one care about the amazing music I'm making? Because no one's heard it. And you put it on Spotify, great. But Spotify isn't a search engine. So put some shit out there and people will find you. Simple as that. I was talking to someone at the Apple Music party about how leaving the UK has made me see it in a different light. And I think after Brexit, we've become even more an island that secluded itself from the world. And I think the UK used to be 10 years ahead of everyone else musically. And we had that run where we were breaking artists like no one else. And now I actually think we're stuck in this world of like, we're too cool for content. I don't think anyone in the music business in the UK really understands what's happening online, on the internet. And I think to really understand it, you need to look bigger than music. I think you need to look at creators in general and influencers that are building communities And whoever's getting the attention and apply that to the music business. I don't think we can talk about releases and marketing strategies and plans the same way we have been for the last 10 years because it's not working. And I think when we're signing talent, we need to be looking at how they are online and if they are up for creating content and if they're even if they're even aware and understand what is required to break as an artist. I think just finding someone with an amazing voice isn't enough anymore unless you've got a team of people that know how to work the internet and how to then build a community around that person. But I think it has to come from the talent. They have to be the main driver. Otherwise it doesn't work. It's not authentic, it's not real. And then even within record labels, I think there needs to be a bigger effort placed on community managers and community teams and people understanding Discord and maybe school and Reddit and other places where people are harboring. And I think showcasing the story of these artists better. Every artist I see is just doing videos of them singing acoustic covers or acoustic versions of their songs and they're uploading it every day and like, show me something else. Tell me the story. How did you get here? What's it like, being an artist? What's your day-to-day like? What's it like in the studio? And I know it's awkward. It's awkward getting the camera out and being that guy. And it's awkward documenting every moment of the journey, but you're in entertainment and that's what entertainers do now. So I'd love to see if it's possible to break an artist that does daily vlogs as if they're an influencer. Would people care more? Would they be more invested? I don't know. But I feel like something needs to change. And obviously I'm taking what I've learned managing music people and being in music and taking it outside of music because I'm that pessimistic about the business. But there is a part of me that thinks maybe I should just apply it to music. Maybe I should give it a go. Tomorrow morning I'm going to see Kettle Kids at 11 a.m. and then I've got a lunch at 1 p.m. and then I'm going to Sony at 3 p.m. and then I'm seeing someone else at Sony, I think, at 4, and then that's it, I'm coming home. And then Thursday is the Ivors, which I'm not going to, but I'm going to go and hang out at the afters with Sony and see who's around, say hi, and then that's it. Friday and it's weekend, bloody hell, then I'm home. Now that I'm here, I feel like I could have done another week easily, which is good to know because in the summer I'm going to do 3 weeks.